Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the card. Coming with the flow, straight from the barrio. And coming with the heat from the damn street. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late and the great edition, and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we must do at all times, as we see. Now, today, we see a lot of changes, and the shutdown has been averted. You know what I'm saying? But they also playing the American people like a fiddle. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start paying attention to more than just, these different political arguments that they may have, such as we see with many cities that have a serious drug problem. You know what I'm saying? Where the people are looking like zombies on the street, something like back in the 70s and the 80s and so on. You know what I mean? We see the same garbage. You know what I mean? So where we are not looking at the root causes of these problems is is very ashamed because many of the root causes are not just the people who are hooked on drugs, but the government in which is playing us like a fiddle all the way down the line. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start to look at this from a better perspective. There is no way we're going to just look at it as the people's problem because the people, the same people who might not be voting, who might not care, whatever, and on drugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, they still are citizens of the United States. Now, the whole purpose of many of this is to keep the American people confused, off balance, and distracted. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we keep on letting these people play us as a fiddle, you know what I'm saying, and not the people stepping up as my brother's keeper or what you call American, you are too busy on the division side of it, which means you want to have your divisional side, which means at the same time, in more ways than one, we could call it racism. You know what I'm saying? And racism, the double R theory, religion relation, is no more than a division of the people in order to control them. You see what I'm saying? This is why you had all this slave shit going on, all this dumb shit going on, because many of it was trumped up by religion in itself. You know what I'm saying? And the people having a feeling in the religious aspect that God made them superior, well, their God, not mine, you know what I'm saying, made them superior and gave them the right to do so when it was the bureaucrats and the crookocrats who was writing these books to make the people believe this shit so they can follow and maneuver them based on their inner soul, their inner blood, or whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit you see today. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do well in the past. Because people don't like to talk about so what? But when you look at the same shit today, it's the same shit. Many people are stuck on different political parties, much less even the same religion, but still stuck on the political parties, and the political parties are not doing what they're supposed to because they are all making deals, shaking the dice, and so forth. The American people has no say until the end of the shit. So we have to start looking at that. You know what I'm saying? We have to start looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Because we had many incidents across the planet Earth where we can clearly show the division amongst people and how they control you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, religion was one of them, and it still is today. Because people will use religious aspects of religious mentality into some kind of vibes, not connecting more. So I think we should be connecting with the world or the cosmos around us, and not a political party. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they did during slavery. You had some black people that had slaves, you had white people that had slaves, and you go all across the planet, it wasn't just black and white. It was all over the world and yeah. So we have to start understanding today that the political party is using the same strategy, but in a political way. while they busy talking about some God and all this different stuff in their different speeches. You know what I'm saying? Even during COVID-19, you talk about they were pastors and priests and all, and you got like 4 or 5 or 9 black people standing up on the steps of the Capitol, in doctor suit and shit, talking about they were pastors and God told them this and God told them that. Then you had the Jamaican lady, she did the same thing. Think about God this and God that, and she was sick 3 times and she glad they're having this life saving and all this different bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All that is to manipulate your mind, because in the end of it all, you are going to be the one that get damaged by it. So while you are busy running behind 2 political parties, you know what I'm saying, or 3 or 4, whatever, because you don't hear shit from the independents. And I always said when that party was forming, it was going to be straight garbage, if you ask me. I don't even know why they formed that party. They need to sit their dusty ass down with Bernie Sanders. Oh, Bernie, over there looking like $2 fucking burn dummy. You know what I'm saying? Now you have these 2 political parties, and these 2 political parties in itself is running most of the show. But the question still remains, though, where's the people? If the parties are doing the work and keep on doing the work for the people, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter whether the Republican Party was formed by black people and now under the control of many of these different bureaucrats or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They have infiltrated that and using that against us. So where one is trying to do good, the other one is over here manipulating some bullshit, and then the one that's trying to do good got bullshitters in there as well. So they're working together, as such as what we saw with Kevin McCarthy making a deal. You know what I'm saying? So where he think he's being slick by striking a deal, talking about humanitarian aid, that's the same fucking shit. So I side with Matt Gaetz on kicking his ass out because he full of shit. Because the whole operation is to stop the funding to Ukraine, and Ukraine stop trying to join NATO. You are in the old Russian territory, right close to Moscow, and Putin is not going to have it. So Zelensky is no more than a beast, a deep stater, and a piece of shit. No other way to look at this man. He is garbage, he is racist, and he's full of shit. And I bet you any money bet he's a bloodsucker and a Baphomet worshiper. Anytime you would push forward something like this and be a part of that, you know what I'm saying, with the creep Joe Biden administration talking this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But many's trying to say that Trump and the Republicans backed Putin. Yeah. Why not? What the fuck wrong with you? You're going to exacerbate a nuclear war, or let us sit here and watch you team up 38 or 48 nations against Russia and her allies, pushing us into a nuclear war? My questions still remain. What good would a nuclear war actually do? But disable our planet and knock our asses back to the motherfucking Stone Age. You dumbass. Because if America shoots her weapons, Russia shoots her weapons, and we're talking about nuclear. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight into our head. Many of you will say, well, that'll be Armageddon. It'll be the end of the world. You really want to see that? You're really pushing for that? Get your mind out that Christianical religious bullshit. Garbage. You should be looking at life as it is, as you're a human or a mankind or kind of man. You know what I'm saying? You should be looking at that aspect more than a book or something that was written by someone else and told you that it came down through time hundreds of thousands of years ago and blah, 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 blah. But the question is, how many times did you manipulate it, change it, rewrite it, and now it has a copyright and a publishing date? As the General Sarah Sultan City has led us to understand. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. Which I'm not going to say that because the general did put it there, and I'm going to leave it with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we see that in itself. So you're following these religious and this different shit and these political parties, but you are not talking about you and the people as a whole. You are allowing them to inflict damage on countries, people, lives, Africa, Egypt, and all this. Tomb raiders selling dead bodies, nasty ass. You know what I'm saying? They used to be so Egypt crazy. Them motherfuckers was out there digging up the Egyptians and selling their bodies. Got them bodies on display, sitting up against the wall, dead as a doornail, and selling their body because everybody wanted a piece of Egypt back then. So they're raiding it and all this. They don't care whether it's a little gold chip. As long as they have a piece of Egyptian. Why? Because they know full well what the truth is. Get over to General Solar City Patreon account and you will understand more into the depths of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're looking at the same factors when we look at these political parties. These political parties in America is got to get it together. They got to get together. They can't be striking deals and this and that because he said they want to cut off the funding so it stops the war and everybody backs down and everybody cool down. But guess what Joe Biden did? They put in the deal that McCarthy made with them saying that they're going to send humanitarian aid. Yeah, the same amount of 5 point something trillion still. Isn't that funding the war still? Because you think that humanitarian aid is going to get to the people with Zelensky racist ass? Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi, Judeo, or the Judeo of the Christian Holy Roman, whatever, you know what I'm saying? German, Judeo, all he full of shit. They still full of shit back from the Stone Age to where they are today. So while we're busy following these political parties, rather than put forth an effort to form a People's Party, the PLM, and strengthen ourselves against this bullshit, flush out the bullshit and push in the good shit, you busy tug of war with each other talking shit. What good is that you're still faced with the same problem, the same old fucking politician and the same old bullshitical policies and laws? You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing what we're supposed to do just yet. We're still on the verge of many things that needs to be done, and you could see that because anytime a group of people would push in an apocalyptic nuclear war, you know that we have to start looking at things more better. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look on today's news, we see where in this aspect of the situation, we see Judge orders New York to dole out, you know what I'm saying, dole out. Hold on a second, people. Come on, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? We see them wanting to New York to dole out X amount of dollars. This is what we see. Let's just be honest. So they're telling New York now to dole out millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, and so on. You know what I'm saying? New York shouldn't have had to pay for that. If the violation was done by the government and the governmental garbage, then they should pay for it. We should not have to pay for something that is not our fault. You know what I'm saying? When you have this gun battle and all this different stuff, that's between y'all idiots. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that people need guns to protect, not to run through the neighborhood like some black dumb idiots running through the neighborhood talking about ops. Stop with that bullshit. You're looking stupid now because you're running it. Who taught you that? The deep state? Because that's where it seemed like it came from. Because you didn't go out against the tyranny of what keeps you in poverty, what keeps you mentally retarded, and all types of shit. You turn it on your own people. I guess going up against the beast is too hard. So what you did is went up against your people. The same poor people just like you. The same people who have the same problems just like you. The same people who ain't got no money, broke just like you. But you sitting up there following behind this rap shit, which is deep state to me taking over, you know what I'm saying? And it's no more than a deep state bullshit, you know what I'm saying, as well, because that's what they're preaching in their music. It isn't that you're preaching righteous, and nobody say you have to stay on the righteous conscious, all this trio hip hop music for days and days and years and years. No. You could do the same thing, but you're not doing it in a way that means any good to the young black youth. You're teaching the young black youth to murder their own. And that's basically what you're doing. Because I've never heard in a rap song you're talking about killing a white boy. What rap song you talking about? You always saying nigger, 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 nigger. I don't hear you saying, I'm looking for a op. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a op, a Caucasian or a white. You don't say that. So that tells me that you're deep state in all ways. Give me a disclaimer. I'm not telling you to sing that. I'm not telling you to say that because that's just as stupid as what you are doing to your own people. There is no difference. But the fact of the matter is that you're rapping music about killing your own. And then your action shows that. All right, now we have to start wising up here because we are allowing too many things to carry on that needs to be shut down. We see where the judges order, to order New York to dole out nearly $500,000 in legal fees to the NRA. After Supreme Court victory. In Roe v. Wade. We see New York judge ordered the state to pay nearly $500,000 in legal fees to the NR legal fees. Watch your words, sucker. Don't play that game so you know that it's point blank dropping IE. Don't play them games with me. The word is fees to the National Rifle Association, the NRA, after the gun rights group won a major case in the Supreme Court. Cool with that. You know what I'm saying? In a case decided last summer, the Supreme Court ruled that New York public carrying license was unconstitutional. How the fuck that's unconstitutional? Gun carrying license? What? New York carrying license is unconstitutional, and that the ability to carry a pistol in public was a constitutional right guaranteed under the Second Amendment. Okay, I see where you're going with it, which is true. You know what I'm saying? You should be, by law, have some form of weaponry to protect yourself in all ways at all times in a country such as ours. We value freedom a little bit too loosely. You know what I'm saying? The NRA was a party in that case. Now, what I mean by loosely is the same thing here in America. Oh, my daughter could roam free all she wants. I mean, she could go to the malls, she could hang out, she could do all this different stuff. So you have a right. She's in America, yeah, la, 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 la. Yeah, but that freedom that she's not paying, that freedom that she's valuing that way leaves her unprotected. Just because you live in a free state don't mean that you are not vulnerable to shit. Because nobody's paying that idiot sitting in the parking lot, in a van, got the girl tied up with her ass up in the air, going to have a coffee and a donut at Dunkin' Donut, and then go back to his van and continue fucking her in the ass. You know what I'm saying? That's until the girl scream, somebody hears it, and he gets busted. You see how easy and freedom that was? Now, in her mind, she figuring, okay, she free, she could go around, nobody would do something like that to her. But we have to realize that that's how they were using to sex traffic and do all kinds of shit to people. You know what I'm saying? So the NRA was a party in that case. New York Rifle and Pistol Association versus, I think it's called Byrne. And last week, a New York judge ordered the state to pay $447,700 and I guess 82 whatever in legal fees. We have to start looking at this as a bit of perspective because they're playing us like a fiddle. They're playing us like a fiddle. You know what I'm saying? Even trying to take out the NRA using their psychotherapy on people to go do shit to these schools and different shit. You know what I'm saying? You think we don't know that, but yes, we do. There is no way that you ramped up school shootings during COVID-19 and before, all the way up, so you can have a track record to say these guns are what's doing it. No, you got that twisted. The government and their sick shit and the sick people is who's doing that shit. Get out of my fucking face. Y'all garbage. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We see upstate New York County blocks, New York City bid to move homeless north to ease the migrant. It's not easing a fucking thing. The only thing will ease the migrant problem is to send them back. You know what I'm saying? You cannot have all of them coming here. This is a fuck up by the Joe Biden administration and a direct assault on on Trump policies and Trump himself as to what he was trying to set into place to secure the United States border. You full of shit then, and you're full of shit now. And guess what? You always was full of shit, just like you're going to be in the future. Get out of my face. So this is not going to solve anything, and it needs to be blocked, and those people need to go back. You are flooding our streets with all types of migrants. You probably figure in your fucking mind that you want to show some kind of solidarity based on the fact of you saying this and you saying that. So now everybody will feel that you did this and you did that. Not only that, you fought against the voting rights and ID. So that means you want all these people to vote for the demon Democrats or use them against the American people in more ways than one. Is still a deep state bullshit. You want to bring down the filibuster, the arguing bill, the arguing rule. Whenever you have to filibuster, you have to argue, and sometimes it stays there. You want to bring down many things that were protecting the American people in all ways. You want to violate the voting process. You cheated the voting process. You have completely, to me, disgraced your voting process because you're the one that probably made it in the first place. But busing these migrants to upstate New York is a bad situation, and you should not be doing that shit. You should not be busting them anywhere but back where they came from. Second thing you should do, if you need to go over there, shut that shit down, clear that shit out, and push them idiots back. You cannot have this type of oversight. This is all a deep state motherfucking plan in itself. You know what I'm saying? Another distraction away from the Ukraine nuclear war, and also a fucking detriment to the United States in all ways. You can look at the people out there in this photo. Hundreds of thousands of millions of them coming to the United States. They did that with Russia too. But anyway, when many Russians came over here not too long ago, I think it was back in, if I'm not sure, the 90s or something like that, where they had a big fluctuation of Russian, Albanians, and many things that were trumped up by the wars over there with these fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? Talking about ethnic cleansing. They love to do some ethnic cleansing. They look more like ethnic idiots, if you ask me, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing dumb shit. Who the fuck gave you the right to talk about some ethnic fucking cleansing? You need to do more population control in an environment that produces, the open understanding of freedom in all ways. But at the same time, you must protect your borders as to who's coming in and who's coming out. Have they done that with the migrants? Have they vetted them out? Have they did background checks? Have they did none of that bullshit? They are emptying out every country into our country, you know what I'm saying, and bullshit. So where's the American people speaking up, talking about an upstate county is blocking New York Mayor Greasy Head cue ball deep state crooked ass cheating in his election, you know what I'm saying, Adams bid to shun Big Apple homeless residents, actually push them, you know what I'm saying, residents to the north, calling the move yet another flagrant attempt to shift the migrant crisis elsewhere. That is 100% right in all ways. Mayor Greasyhead Q Ball Adam is a demon Democrat, and he's a bloodsucker and an idiot just like the rest of them. He always was, and he always will be. Get him the fuck out next election. Because you worrying about Donald Trump. Okay, Trump is cool and everything, and we got to get him going and popping or whatever, because they're trying everything to destroy the man. You know what I'm saying? When he has the policies that we need right now, I didn't say you got to be a Trump supporter. I didn't say you have to love the man to the core. All I'm saying is he's the right man for the job right now. Mayor Greasyhead Q Ball Adam is not the man for the job and never was. They put him there because they want to drive this crazy agenda and all this different bullshit that they're doing into New York and making sure that it falls upon our neck. New Yorkers are tougher than that, stronger than that. This is a city of big dreams. It's the epic center, and it's a place that should not look like what it looks like right now. New York City cannot house all these people and expect nothing's going to happen. So greasy head Cue Ball Adams to me was cheated in there. I don't even think that anybody probably funded the man or contribute to his election. So who funded him and who contributed to putting this greasy head cue ball ass in there? And how come out of all the people running for the mayor, only his ass won? It's a good question. You garbage, nigga. You garbage, nigga. Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You full of shit. We see here in this one, we see Jen Lioness, Baphomedical, Luciferian, Deep State, blood-sucking son of a bitch. Jen Psaki hits a panic button on Trump. Imagine that. This is coming in by Jenny Goldsberry, 1 day ago, off the Washington Examiner. You know what I'm saying? As we see, in more ways than one, this is what we see. You know what I mean? And Jen Psaki, to me, ain't no more than a crook, just like the deep state and the rest of them motherfuckers. She is no good for our country, nor is she any good for anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be frank here. She's garbage then, just like she's garbage now. You know what I'm saying? So we're still looking at the same bullshit in itself. You know what I mean? We're still looking at the same bullshit in itself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We see here where NSNBC, you know what I'm saying, anchor, NSNBC jackass, you know what I'm saying, idiot. You know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of these people, man. You know, Jen Nutcase ass twisted Psaki, warned the Republican Party to start worrying about Trump. Worry about him for what? We worried about your ass. Jen Nutcase ass blood sucking Psaki. You know what I'm saying? You garbage. This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. This ain't have nothing to do with Trump. This has to do with you. You know what I'm saying? And what you back. You know what I'm saying? And we know for well the demon Democrats need to be removed from our government or put into a spot that they cannot move, because this is what they want to do to the Republicans. My question still remains is, where the black people in your ancestors' shit? And if you can't get there, why aren't you farming one of your own? What, you're too busy worrying about rappers, TikTok, and all types of bullshit? Driving the black community so we don't pay attention to nothing political? And all our kids don't run for president or see nothing like that in the future of a senator, a lawyer, a governor, police officer, and so forth? I wonder. But we see here where Psaki issued his start warning on that bullshit. And nobody in that with her. Nobody in that with her. You know what I'm saying? She is garbage. You know?
Days are 335.
Hold on a second. Look, I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see this shit. But anyway.
Are 91. Two-thirds being in the affirmative. The rule.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, I don't want to see it. Because they're full of shit.
The bill is passed.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They're passing all types of bills, isn't they? You know what I'm saying? Where's the people of the United States bill to help them get where they're going? She's worrying about Donald J. Trump. I told you. So now she's doing her deep state did, just like Taylor Swift, which she had always been doing, you know what I'm saying, probably before Taylor, not Katie Swift. But Psaki issues her weekly news recap on this situation Saturday to share her analysis on Trump's likelihood of winning the GOP, you know what I'm saying, nomination for president. He is up, you know what I'm saying, against he's up against 12 other opponents, but appears to be the front runner in the polls. Fuck you, Jen Psaki. Yes, he is. You garbage, and thank God, your God or whatever, that your ass ain't the one running for president because you're a piece of shit. The president, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Talking about the former White House press secretary, the former propaganda secretary, you know what I'm saying, to creepy nutcase ass blood sucking pedophilia Biden and the creepy ass shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine on the ground, you don't see that shit. You know, point to an NBC poll that has creepy ass Biden and Trump tied in a hypocritical rematch. And no, Trump is beating his ass. Jen Psaki, shut the fuck up. Don't you want to hear nothing you got to see? Kiss my ass. You're garbage. You garbage. Let's just be frank. You garbage. I don't understand why anybody would be listening to Jen Psaki, Jean-Claude Pierre, and all them other motherfuckers up in there talking about some press secretary and giving speech and shit. Who the fuck is listening to them? You know what I'm saying? They all deep staters and they all working for the beast. You better look into that more carefully because you can tell by their bullshit, their dodging of questions, the this, that, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the shit, how they have been fucking up our country for years. You know what I'm saying? We see even Clarence Thomas is up here. Clarence Thomas in the spotlight as the Supreme Court delivers a blow to Trump allies. How did I know that? And how do I not know? This is coming in by Nick. I'm not saying your last name. You know what I'm saying? On 10/20, on 10/2, on 10/2/23 at, you know what I'm saying, 10:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. But we see the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday rejects an appeal by the conservative lawyer John Eastman in which he, you know what I'm saying, attempts in more ways than one to shield a number of emails from congressional investigation, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to the result. You know what I mean? Pertaining to the result in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Why is he in our sight? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's trying to, pertaining to the results of the 2020 election and January 6th, 2021, right? But you never showed us everything. You never showed us all the videotapes. You suppressed those. You never showed us the true shit that went on inside the White House before people ever saw anything. You didn't show us who was really in it. You never showed us no evidence. You suppressed this, and a lot of shit was never shown. So you're garbage then, and you're garbage. And I told people that would happen because the whole matter of it was to accuse Trump of insurrection so they can bar him by using the Constitution and the 14th Amendment and all this other bullshit that they be trying to use. I'm not saying that the amendment is this. I'm just saying that they're trying to use it in their bullshit, you know what I'm saying, to bar this man from running for office. This has nothing to do with Trump running for office. There has to do with the corruption that is deep within the democratical demon blood-sucking devil worship bullshit. You add an N and an F to Democrat, you get demon craft. That's not ironic. So we know they're a cult. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this was all based on a fuck up to block Donald Trump because Donald Trump is putting the fire and holy desire to their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and Doc Rich said it. Stop playing Chinese checkers. Play Chinese checkers. You know what I'm saying? And checkers rather than playing chess. Because these people are playing chess and they're highly smart in the game that they play. But we see Eastman is one of 19 individuals, including the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, indicted in August in a Fulton County court. No, in a Fulton County bullshitical scheme. Let's get that straight. For allegedly, interfere. No. He did not interfere. He didn't. Listen, what the fuck is wrong with people? You serious? How did he interfere? He didn't interfere shit. You know what I'm saying? You were cheating the election. They knew it. and they did what they had to do in order to try to save it. Now, the people was out there rallying, carrying on, demon Democrat blood sucking, cock sucking, fucking bullshit, and allowed these people in, and they did every evil fucking shit they were going to do. You did not avert a motherfucking thing. Did you look at the fact that we could go into a nuclear war that could blow New York off the map if the bomb gets through? Do you look at the chemicals in the bomb, radiation, all that different shit, that even if it was blocked and blew up somewhere across it, it's going to travel and destabilize everything else. It's going to poison your food. It's going to poison the water. It's going to poison many, and matter of fact, probably blow us to some motherfucking smithereens. You know what I'm saying? All them chemicals going to make you grow a second arm and all that bullshit. But at the same time, did you look at that? Have you looked at the outcome at the end? Because you are too bent on some kind of Armageddon bullshit. Like I said, you got to make it happen in order for it to be. So this was probably one of those plans. You see? So while the people playing games and running back and forth, battling and punching each other and carrying on, Donald J. Trump was in good faith with the fact of keeping him at bay. You choose to believe every fucking thing they tell you and push your ass into this situation. It did not stop anything at all. Matter of fact, Trump even had to warp speed the joint to save his election, to save your ass. Because they were using COVID-19 as a political strategy to steal the fucking election. And everybody knows it. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody was sick until Cuomo, Biden, and the rest of them clown motherfuckers, doctors and shit who was up there talking shit, along with that ching chong motherfucker. How the fuck she get more power in our country than us? To be a top speaker to say this is what it is and this is what it's not. Huh? Some Chinese motherfucker. Then you got some nigger ass idiot and an Arab boy. But where was the black people? Where was your scientific overstanding? You were too busy licking demon democratical balls. Now you got it in you and it's kicking your ass, isn't it? It's a sad thing to say this, but what you asked for is what you get. Not only did you get that, but you also got a nuclear war on your doorstep, coming from all directions, because you would not put Trump back in the seat, the man for the job, or you would not put your appointee and somebody who's going to do the right job. You were too busy worrying to be a demon, blood-sucking, licking ball jackass. And you're still doing it. Anytime somebody can mention some lying-ass shit saying that this clown motherfucker, creepy-ass pedophilia motherfucking Biden, it should be alongside in poll numbers with the great Donald J. Trump. That's like putting that idiot up against John F. Kennedy. Nobody want that jackass in there. I voted for Kennedy in a drop of a dime, whether he's demon Democrat or not. Because he had a Republican style or overstanding of human style in his overstanding. You know what I'm saying? But and imagine, and he probably was a part of many things we don't know. But at the same time, he was doing the job that was supposed to be done right. He revealed the crooked shit. He was showing how the deep state and the demon Ku Klux Klan redneck, greasy head, paganite motherfuckers was infiltrating our government and killing government officials like they do in many other countries. So get out of my face. Now, we see Mr. Easton here, you know what I'm saying, is one of the 19, along with Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, to be in Fulton County, alleged interference. There's no interference. They were blocking your shit from doing damage to our country, and that's what it is. I don't give a fuck what you say. In the state election, in order to overturn results in favor, result in Trump's favor. No, you cheated down there. And I know you did. And I don't give a flying fuck what you say. You garbage down there in your political overstanding, and you are deep staters and blood sucking idiots. Don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. This could be any other elected official who was doing the right job. You know what I'm saying? You probably would have did the same bullshit to him. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have to be Trump or Biden. This ain't got nothing to do with that. It could have been any elected official. It could have even been John F. Kennedy. You probably would have did the same shit to him. But look at what they did. They blew his brains out and killed the man. You think that a president had deserved that? What did he do so bad that he deserved that type of treatment? Okay? But we know for well how the demon Democrats run. Now I'm saying, now when we look at it to overturn, he's saying he wasn't overturning anything. He was trying to get to the bottom of what your crooked ass down there with Fanny nutcase ass blood clot wheels was down there doing to our world and pushing this thing into many aspects. We see ancient aliens. Black hole opens up due to California experiment. Oh yeah, they don't care about us. Oh, what could come through them holes and what could damage that? No, they don't give a flying fuck. Now we see here another one coming in where you will see a red-haired cannibalistic giant. They're saying were red-haired cannibal giants really found in a cave in Nevada? Yes, they probably did. And they were who? Caucasians. Get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Because our people had been a long time, you know what I'm saying, way ahead scientifically, even during that period of time. You know what I'm saying? And what proved that is the many artifacts and pyramids in China, Japan, Okinawa, and all over the fucking world that belongs to black people that you robbed, steal, covered up, flooded, and did all kinds of shit just to whitewash the minds of the people with your garbage. We see New York City is sinking, and it's not just from flooding. Yeah, because it's an island. You know what I'm saying? And they probably causing that catastrophe based on climate control. Now we look here, we see this creepy ass motherfucker of here talking about U.S. could be seeing the last gasp of the mega Republican, you know what I'm saying, according to the nutcase ass creep Joe Biden. No, we could be seeing the last of your jackass that we need to get out of government for sure. The demon Democrats have fucked up your country for many years, using Republicans as well to do their fucking bidding, putting Democrats into the Republican Party, switching parties, doing all type of shit in order to control the two and play them against you. You know what I'm saying? Same thing he's doing here. But we see creep Joe Biden is predicting in 2024 presidential election could make or break the mega movement. Yes, and if people are stupid enough to do that, you remember, we said it the last time, you're going to get what you're asking for. You are forewarned, but still on the same bullshit listening to this creep. You know what I'm saying? You keep on. You're going to see what's going on with that in time to come.